sir. Are you being served?
I am looking for perfume.
Oh, this way, sir. Mrs. Slocombe, are you free?
Are you free?
This lady will take care of you, sir.
He's handsome.
It's mine. Good morning.
I wish to buy some perfume.
Well, as you can see, we have quite a large range. Now, this one is called Hilarity. It's inviting and at the same time amusing.
Pardon. There is a background of onions.
Yes, well, I made a hot pot before I come in.
Perhaps this young lady will demonstrate one for me. Perhaps this one, huh? Pardon. Ah, yes. Very sexy.
Oh, yes, all the men say that. Unfortunately, we only have the spray left, and it's £10.
That is ideal.
Oh.
Thank you.
Well, shall I have it gift wrapped?
No, thank you. I will wear it.
Did you find what you were looking for, sir?
No. But wearing this, I have high hopes.
Sir, there's been a lot of publicity recently about swimming trunks becoming transparent when wet. These come with a stamped address guarantee. All you do is when you come out of the water, you check, and the slightest little problem, you come out backwards and pop that into a pillar box. Thank you. Now, where were you?
I was telling you about this bird.
Oh, yes. That's right, yes, because your mother's got a new battery for a deaf aid and you had to spend the night at your girlfriend's digs.
Well, we crept in the back door, took our shoes off and tiptoed upstairs. You see, her landlady won't let her have men in the room after 11 o'clock.
No, I had one like that.
We opened the door and she said, "Don't switch the light on, it clicks." I held my breath and I crept towards the bed.
Oh, the suspense.
I was just about to sit down. She said, "Don't sit down there, she'll hear the springs."
Oh, it's just like Mission Impossible.
So anyway, we sat down on the rug.
What happened then?
Well, I looked at her and she looked at me. After 5 minutes, she said, "Well, what are you waiting for?"
Well, what were you waiting for?
Well, I was a bit nervous in case she had a noisy bra catch. Before we knew where we were, it was bang, bang, bang.
Oh, well, all's well that ends well.
No, that was the landlady knocking on the door. Cool as a cucumber, I picked up the television set and walked straight out. And I said in a very loud voice, "Don't worry, madam, I'll fix your vertical hole by Thursday."
Did you get away with it?
I would have done if I'd been wearing my trousers.
Mrs. Slocombe, Miss Barnes, your wage packets?
Oh, thank heavens for that. I'm skint.
Would you just sign for them, please?
Oh, I say, there's been some mistake. I've got £10 too much.
Now, I think you'll find that it's correct. You and Mr. Humphries did a photographic session.
We all did that.
Yes, but you were not chosen.
Am I going to be on a big poster?
No, we're using your likenesses as a basis for our new display dummies.
Oh, how exciting! Mr. Humphries, do you hear that? They're going to make dummies out of us.
So I believe. I only hope they've done a good job. They only took photographs of my face.
What's so special about these two?
Mrs. Slocombe was chosen to appeal to the average woman and Mr. Humphries to the average man.
I should be so lucky.
When do we get to see them?
Well, they arrived this morning. Oh, here they are. Mr. Harmon, over here. Over here.
Isn't it all the night? Here we are, Captain Peacock. There we are. Now that.
Where am I?
Just outside the gents.
Oh, I better go and get me before I'm had up for loitering.
Oh, they've got me to a T. You know, looking at that face is a very eerie experience.
That's what I said to Mr. Humphries the first day I met you.
Lucas, if you're going to be rude, you can return to your counter. I think the display have done a wonderful job. It's absolutely lifelike.
There's not so many wrinkles.
Well, they could have got them all in, only Mr. Grace wouldn't pay the overtime.
I may say so, Mrs. Slocombe. I think you look a very handsome woman.
Yes, and that brown paper dress suits you down to the ground.
I do like the way they've done my hair.
I'll tell you what, you don't look so hot without it.
Baby.
Mr. Harmon, put that back at once.
Yeah, sorry.
Let's see the rest of it.
Would you kindly not refer to me as it?
There we are, then. In all its glory.
Captain Peacock, I refuse to be displayed with a size 50 bust. My vital statistics are 38.
What about the other ones?
Don't worry, that can easily be fixed. Trouble is, you've been overstuffed. Say when, Mrs. Slocombe.
Stop him, Captain Peacock. I will not have rough workman's hands inside my bra.
Could be your last chance.
Yeah, I think that looks about right.
Yeah.
The stockings are all wrinkled.
Allow me. Bloody hey, I never knew you wore suspenders, Mrs. Slocombe.
I don't, and knock off.
I don't know if you've been having trouble with your elastic, but there's a hell of a lot of sellotape up here.
Excuse me, Mrs. Slocombe, but may I say how very nice your hair looks? All right, ignore me, you bad-tempered old cow.
Where do you want it?
Over there, just there, just there.
Do be careful what you're doing with your right hand. You're making my eyes water. Good afternoon. Do you come here often?
What do you think?
Well, it's all right in here, but standing like that, I wouldn't give much for his chances in a transport cafe on the A1.
Go and tell Mr. Rumbold they've arrived.
Oh, it's no good. I shall have to make some adjustments. It looks too posed.
Hang on.
I shall smack your wrist if you don't stop interfering with me. There, now. You think that looks more normal?
It's as normal as you're going to get.
I don't like the angle of his head.
Now, we can soon fix that. Look, oh, just give it a twist, and you... Oh, blimey, I've got a stiff neck.
Let me try. I once trained as an osteopath. When I got down to it, I wasn't up to it. Now, look. Lean it over towards me. That's right. Yes. Nice firm chin. Now, just relax. This won't take a moment.
Here, you fractured his seating.
Yes, that's why they wouldn't let me finish as an osteopath.
Oh, you'll be for it now.
Well, don't worry, I'll take you down to do it yourself, see Mr. Furlow. He'll fix it for you. Yeah, hang on.
Better get it out of here.
I won't be a jiffy.
Yeah, well, all right. Get rid of it.
They really are
for
quite
goodness
lifelike,
sake.
Mr. Rumbold.
It's Rumbold.
What? Yeah, get on there. You'll never know the difference.
Oh.
By Jove, they are realistic, aren't they?
A lot of men have worked very hard to make her face look like that.
And it shows.
I think they were right to hold back on the wrinkles.
It's typical, isn't it? When a woman gets wrinkled, it's old age. When a man gets them, it's character.
Something not quite right about this one.
Yes, they haven't quite caught the expression, have they?
No, Humphries doesn't look nearly as wet as that. I'm not sure I like the mouth open. Yes, that's better. Now, I think there's been some misunderstanding as to the purpose of these models. They are designed to help us with our underwear displays.
Well, that can easily be fixed.
Glass of water for Mrs. Slocombe. And after seeing that lot, a glass of water for me as well.
This one, sir?
Yeah, strip him off.
Pardon?
Strip him off.
Strip him off.
Get on with it.
Come on, Lucas, take the arms, take the arms.
nice shirt he's got. Why don't we just leave him in his shirt and trousers?
Because we're having a special event in Y-fronts.
Many a true word.
You do the shirt, I'll take the trousers down.
They're getting very thorough in display, aren't they?
Shall I explain your idea to them, sir?
Well, yes, I think perhaps you'd better. I'd forgotten it.
Mr. Grace is continuing his campaign to advertise Grace Brothers. 200 Mrs. Slocombe's and 150 Mr. Humphries' will be going on display in our various branches.
If I'd known I was going to be displayed in 200 different positions in my underwear, I should have withheld my consent.
I'm already in the Portsmouth branch in my underwear, and I've had a lot of fan mail, most of which I don't understand, and none of which I intend to answer. And what's more, I was only in the Chatham branch for half a day, and I was stolen. Heaven knows where I am now.
Well, the point is that the idea of using ordinary people to advertise the sort of goods that ordinary people buy is working like a dream. Now, Mr. Grace went to the cinema the other day.
Yes, I saw Blue Emmanuel 4. Very good idea from it, too, didn't I?
Oh, you did, Mr. Grace.
Well, the idea concerned the advertising in the interval. Mr. Grace thinks it would be a good scheme to advertise Grace Brothers in the same way that they advertise Chinese restaurants and cigarettes and things.
I seem to remember a very good one with Spike Milligan jumping through the bottom of a boat.
Yes, I didn't like that.
No, Mr. Grace thought that was rather silly. The whole point is, Mr. Grace thinks that we should have ordinary people like you to do the commercial. Now, our advertising agents have been working on it, and they've come up with a sort of script and a sort of storyline.
Yes, and a sort of ridiculous price for making it.
Yes, precisely, yes. Now, Mr. Grace thinks that between the display department and photographic and ourselves, that we could have a go at it. Now, it all takes place in a sort of cocktail bar at the Cocoa Club.
Is that my idea?
Yes, sir.
So I really am on the ball, aren't I?
Is all this really necessary?
Oh, switch him off, Mr. Lucas.
When that's over.
Beauty must pay the price.
Look, it says in the script, a man not unlike David Niven comes into the Cocoa Club. And you, Captain Peacock, are the most not unlike David Niven person we got.
The resemblance has been remarked upon.
You know, your hair's in quite good condition. It moves quite nicely.
It comes out quite nicely, too, doesn't it?
Now, purse your lips. Like that. Yeah, sensuous but very dry.
What precisely do we do about that, Mr. Director?
Well, if this was MGM, I'd suggest Lana Turner lip gloss. But as it's Grace Brothers, a quick smear with a canteen dripping.
Oh, drat!
What's the matter, Mrs. Slocombe?
Oh, it's these damned eyelashes.
Well, yours aren't big enough, dear. They won't show up on the screen. Remember, you're playing the part of a femme fatale.
But it's like looking through bars. Might as well be in Holloway.
Just give a couple of blinks.
Oh, the left one's stuck.
It would have been easier to get Spike Milligan jumping through the bottom of a boat. He'll be all right when the glue dries.
You seem to know a lot about it.
Well, I have the same trouble with my mother every Friday when she goes to the bingo.
Here, Mrs. Slocombe, use this as a tyre lever.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Lucas. Oh, that's better. The other one's gone.
When they dry, they'll crack open. Now, let's have a look at the hair. See what this looks. You think David Niven will go for that?
Well, if he's reduced to going to the Cocoa Club, he can't afford to be too choosy, can he?
You're playing the leader of the Gypsy Orchestra. Could I have the moustache, Mr. Lucas?
Yeah, moustache coming up.
Here we are.
How's
The
that?
other way up, Mr. Lucas.
Oh, I'm sorry. Brace yourself, Mr. Humboldt. Here you are.
A bit Fu Manchu, but it'll have to do. What about the wig?
Oh, do I have to have a wig?
It's all part of the magic world of make-believe.
Yeah, we'll go over there.
I distinctly told you to get me a Burt Reynolds 6 3/4.
They've sold out a Burt Reynolds 6 3/4.
That is no excuse for bringing me a Liza Minnelli 6 7/8.
Well, it's either that or a Max Bygraves 9.5.
Please look at what they've said to me.
Oh, yes, Mr. Granger. Now, what part's he playing, Mr. Lucas?
Henry, the lovable old bartender.
Damn fools, the sleeves are miles too long.
Don't worry, Mr. Granger. They'll ride up with wear.
Don't give me that. What's more, I can't do my trousers on.
Well, they won't show. You'll be behind the bar. Go on, off you go.
My tail's come off. Will you put it on for me?
Certainly, Shirley.
Not you. Mr. Humphries, do you know where it goes?
Contrary to popular belief, yes. Turn round and touch your toe. About there, Mr. Lucas.
Dead on target, Mr. Humphries.
Contact.
You can put these on.
Oh, thanks, Shirley.
Not there. They go on my shoes, only I can't see because they've got the outside.
I'm Crawford from Photographics. I'm the cameraman.
Oh, hello. Humphries Menswear. I'm the director.
Do you mean to say with your looks you're not going to be in it?
Oh, well, one has to decide which side of the fence to be on.
And it's not always an easy decision, is it? Anyway, I'm lit, I'm loaded, and I'm ready to go.
I think I've chosen the wrong side of the fence.
Excuse me, Mr. Peckinpuff. I've got the sound recording machine ready now.
Oh, yes, that's Mr. Crawford, the cameraman over there.
It's no good talking to me until I've plugged me jack in. If you understand. Right, you are then.
Right, places, everybody. Opening positions, opening positions.
I do like a man who knows what he wants.
Oh, good. Well, get behind your camera and don't push it till I tell you. I hope you all learnt your words last night.
Well, I didn't have much to learn. Lovable old bartender does nothing but wag his shaker.
You were behind the bar.
I waggle my shaker now.
Yes.
Well, but in the script, nobody's asked me for a cocktail yet.
Well, why don't you just stand there and arrange your nuts?
Mr. Lucas, I am the director of this film, and if I find any artistic value in his arranging his nuts, I shall be the one to tell it.
I'm sorry, Mr. Humphries. Well, I could count my olives.
Can we drop the subject?
1, 2, 3.
Will you shut up?
I was only trying to be helpful.
Mrs. Slocombe? Mrs. Slocombe! Are you all right, Mrs. Slocombe? What's the matter?
I can't blink, they're not dry yet.
I'll come to you in a minute. Now, Captain Peacock. Now, you are the suave David Niven type man about town. Now, you come down the stairs wearing your Grace Brothers lightweight two-piece. On your arm is the Grace Brothers showerproof. On the other arm is your Grace Brothers popper brolly. Now, on your head is your travel trilby at a jaunty angle. Good. Now, you come down the stairs and you hand it to the check girl, the hat check girl. Now, that's you, Miss Browns. Yes, come over here. We'll rehearse this, please.
Can we rehearse the sound, please?
Yeah, I can see the microphone. Higher, please. Higher. Super.
Action.
Thank you, sir. Here is your ticket. Here.
That wasn't quite right, was it?
We'll do it again in a minute. Now, we must carry on. Right. You cross to the bar, and you see, sitting at the bar, a glamorous woman wearing her Grace Brothers cocktail casual. Mrs. Slocombe, on the stool, please. Mr. Lucas. Will you try and remember you're a woman of mystery?
Not after getting on that stool, she's not.
That would be quite enough, Mr. Lucas.
You go to the bar and you see Henry, the lovable old bartender.
My trousers are coming down.
Well, you're not called the lovable old bartender for nothing, are you?
You say your first line. The usual, please, Henry. Right. Now, we'll try that.
Am I supposed to be holding this?
No, take it from me.
I've got.
Right. Action.
The usual, please, Henry.
Good evening, sir. How very nice to see you again.
What are you doing? You're not supposed to say anything.
I was only being polite. I'm supposed to be a lovable old bartender.
But it doesn't say that here.
Well, then it should do. He knows my name. Am I supposed to ignore him?
Just shake your cocktails. Let's do it. Right. You see the woman. She's alone. You smile. Now, to show the lady. Mr. Granger. Mr. Granger!
I can't hear you. Wait till I finish making the cocktail.
How are you doing?
I'm making his usual, a sidecar.
Just forget about the cocktail. Give him a whiskey and soda.
Well, it's not his usual.
His usual is what I said.
For God's sake, hurry up with you. This is killing me.
You open the coat to show the label, and you take out your cigarette case. Action.
Would you like one?
Oh, I didn't see you there. How kind.
Keep going. We'll get that right next time.
The sound is hopeless. Give her the radio mic, Mr. Lucas.
Oh, hold that. Yeah, put this on, Mrs. Slocombe.
What do I do with that?
You put it down there.
Down where?
Allow me.
If anything is to be located in my cleavage, I'll do the locating. Oh, it's dropped down.
It slipped right down, Mr. Armour.
Well, it can't have gone all that far. Tell her to speak up a bit. And while you're at it, ask Captain Peacock for a voice test. I want to try and get him on the same radio, mate.
Say the next line.
Your face seems very familiar.
That's very faint. Get closer.
Closer.
Your face seems very familiar.
Closer.
Closer.
Your face seems very familiar.
How's that?
Like somebody yelling down a lift shaft. Here, hang on a minute. I'm getting some very extraneous noises here. Listen, listen, listen.
Blimey, it did go down a long way, didn't it?
Well, I can't help it. It's past my dinner time.
Wouldn't it be better if he shouted up her skirt?
Nobody is shouting up my skirt saying they recognise the face.
Mr. Lucas, it's up to you to get as much of the sound as you can.
All right. Before we get to the dance part, I must point out that I can't give you any gypsy music with this thing.
Oh, don't make difficulties, Mr. Rumbo.
Well, if you're happy with this...
Blimey! Now where's she got the microphone?
We'll put the music on later.
I hope hope you're ready to do my bit, because I've only got 5 minutes.
Oh, how can one direct a film under these conditions?
I know how you feel. There's only one thing you can do. Go for a take. I always find there's someone up there looking after you.
Well, let's hope he's working overtime. Right, now you all know the plot. Opening positions, and we're going to do it for real this time. Now, Mr. Grace, you're over here with the champagne. Come along, over here. That's right. There's the glass and the bottle. Mm.
Can't we have the girls in?
No, Mr. Grace.
Well, I tried.
Recording running.
Roger.
Camera running.
Smooth as silk.
Grace Brothers Cinema commercial. Take 1.
Action!
The usual, please, Henry. Can I give you one?
Oh, I didn't see you there. How kind.
Allow me. Allow me.
Say when.
Wait! Shall we dance?
Oh, I was hoping you'd ask, whoever you are.
If I may say so, it is a most unusual dress you're wearing.
Yes, I'm dressed from top to bottom at Grace Brothers.
What a coincidence. So am I. So, here we are, dressed in our favourite clothes, dancing to our favourite tune.
You had a bubbly champagne time. Shopping at Grace Brothers.
Yep.
Oh, dear. I need a wider glass or a longer bottle. Well, what do you think? You're the director.
Well, you're the boss, Mr. Grace.
Mr. Rumbold, get onto the advertising agency. We'll have Spike Milligan jumping through the bottom.